Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means. We're doing another Thursday Night Throwdown. Tonight, the last matchup of the Elite Eight in our Bottled and Bond tournament. After tonight, we have our final four. Tonight's matchup features a couple maybe unexpected. This one probably for sure. This is Spirit Hound out of Colorado. This is their American single malt whiskey, bottled in bond, made exclusively for the Stanley. Then we have the Redwood Empire's Grizzly Beast. This is the bourbon that is, of course, the bottled in bond. All right, this was one, this was two. We'll give those a couple spins, see where we land. The final four matchup is going to be interesting. There's going to be a couple very familiar faces. There's going to be a couple unfamiliar, and maybe even a couple surprises, especially the ones that didn't make it. For me, the ones that didn't make it to the final four, which kind of surprised me, was the Heaven Hill Bottled in Bond, which I absolutely love. The McKenna, I maybe that's kind of a hit or miss, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. The Old Forester Bottled in Bond. Wilderness Trail was a wild card because it's really good, but I'm not sure exactly how it was going to hold up. And then same thing for me, the Laws St. Louis Rye, I absolutely love. I think it's delicious, but didn't make it out of the first round, which was crazy. Losing actually to this guy. So we shall see. All right, we'll give this a good spin here. All right, go in, nose on each, then we'll go in and taste, see what we end up with. Stay down. All right. Dry, dusty, woody. Maybe some subtle fruit. Something there. Something there deep down in there I can't quite put my nose on. Less of a nose. Harder to get in there and get anything out of this one. Maybe a touch more of like some citrus note on there. Still get some dry, dusty notes. I've noticed I can swirl. I've learned to swirl quite well with my right hand. The left hand is more of a awkward. Dry, dusty, maybe more citrus. This one's got more nose, more aromas coming through. Right, let's go to the palate. Let's see what we got. Both have good legs, though. All right. Viscous, oily, full mouth. Some like apricot jam kind of note going on there. It's got a nice flavor profile. Not overwhelming, not just exploding, but a nice flavor profile there. Okay, let's see what this one's got. Get some hints of cinnamon. Again, I get some dried fruit, maybe a little bit of that citrus zest still hanging in there. Also quite tasty. Oh, sorry. I'll look at that later. I was going to look at the mash bill, but that's not my... I mean, I know this is 100% malted barley, so I guess that doesn't matter too much. I think I know which is which based off of the palette, but I'm not 100% sure. But again, that's really not the goal of this, is to find out if I can pick which one is which. The goal is to say which one do I like better right now in this moment. Which one would I pick for a second pour right now? I'm going to go back in, reverse order, and see what we got. Some green apple, a little bit of like cinnamon or allspice, maybe more so than cinnamon. You get some barrel essence. Classic, just kind of what I feel like is a bourbon profile. I think they're probably where they're supposed to be as far as here. Again, just what I'm getting. I'm getting that classic kind of just bourbon profile. Again, there's some light fruit that kind of turns into like a vanilla pudding kind of note on the back end of the palate as we head to the finish. Neither one have a super long finish. I would say they're probably similar in their finish. Both have really good mouthfeel. This one may have a touch more fullness on the mouth. This one has more of those kind of maybe classic bourbony notes. The cinnamon, the allspice, the slight subtle citrus zest fruit with the barrel essence, where this one has got more of that. Again, there's kind of a dessertness to it. There's that vanilla pudding with some early fruit note. One more time, let's make a decision. They're both delicious. They are both super tasty. I would take a glass of either one. But, and I feel like, no, okay, that's not true. Well, it holds true a lot. Not always, though. Sorry, side note there. I feel like I pick one a lot, and I was just double checking, but I don't. But I am going to go with this one. There's just something about glass right at the moment that just lends itself. I enjoy it. It's got just a little bit more. This is classic. This has got a little bit more uniqueness. It's not crazy. It's not just blowing me away, but it's just got something fun. I think this is the Spirit Hound and this is the bourbon. But I could be wrong. But I am picking this glass. Tonight, this is where I'm landing. And I was wrong. All right. Well, that shows you what I know. Don't ever listen to the experts or, the people who think they are. because we don't always know. This one tasted more classically bourbon to me, with the cinnamon notes, the allspice. I got some baking spices. I got some dried fruit, which would lend me to think of a bourbon mash bill, because this has got 20% rye. It's 68 corn, 20 rye, 5 wheat, 5 barley, and 2 tricktail. But this one gave me, or this one, actually the winner gave me those pudding notes, vanilla pudding, which is kind of crazy, those dessert notes. I didn't get a lot of the rye spice. And again, that's what I tell people all the time. Doesn't matter what the experts, and I do this all the time, but the palate's different. The palate is unique. The palate changes. What have I had to eat? All those things. What I'm picking up can sometimes change. I was obviously way off on this one as far as what I thought was which one. But at the end of the day, Redwood Empire moves on to the final four. And our final four matchups are E.H. Taylor, which I expected to be here, and Old Pepper Rye, a great bottled and bond, and the Jack Daniels bonded Whiskey of the Year several years ago, and Grizzly Beast. That's what we got. We'll see you next week for the first semifinal matchup, E.H. Taylor and Old Pepper Rye. Cheers.